Peas, Carrots, and an Aston Martin, the Peas and Carrots series, Book 1, written by Hannah Lynn, narrated by Rafe Beckley. Chapter 1. Eric Sibley sat across from the solicitor. He was unsure as to what the appropriate or expected response was given the current situation. He blinked a few times and rubbed the bridge of his nose, then shuffled around on the chair and tried to find a more comfortable seating position. In Eric's opinion, the entire room, from the blue tacked A3 posters on the window and the laminated desk to the worn blue carpet and instant freeze-dried coffee, reeked of skinny budgets and cutting corners. There was no class, no style. On the other side of the desk, the solicitor looked just as cheap, with his polyester jacket, comic tie, and supermarket aftershave. "Just explain it to me again," Eric said. "You're saying I get nothing, none of it, nothing at all." The solicitor removed his glasses and rubbed his eyes. "No, as I have explained, your father has left you the remaining tenancy on his allotment and his 1962 limited edition Aston Martin DB4 Series 4, affectionately known as Sally, on the condition that you fully tend to the allotment on a weekly basis for the next 2 years. Eric shook his head. "But the house, everything in the house, the paintings, my mother's jewellery, all of that, It's been left to the church," the solicitor finished for him. "But he didn't even go to church." Eric thumped the table with his fist. "He was a bloody atheist." The solicitor, who was presumably named Eves or Doyle, judging from the sign above the door, shuffled the papers in front of him, then returned his glasses to the end of his nose. "I realize that this is a difficult time for you, but your father was very specific about his wishes. The car will remain in your possession permanently, provided you adhere to the specified conditions." "And if I don't?" "Then your father has made provisions for that situation too." Eric drew in a lungful of air, which he let out with a hiss. "But Abby, he must have left something to Abby. She's his only grandchild, for Christ's sake." Eves, possibly Doyle, massaged his temples with his knuckles. "I'm very sorry, Mr. Sibley. I don't know what to tell you. Perhaps your father felt you'd value these gifts more than the house or money." "Like hell he did." Eric pushed back the chair, snatched the papers from the table, and strode over to the door. When his hand was on the handle, Eves, possibly Doyle, coughed. Eric spun around. "Mr. Sibley, before you leave, I have to tell you that it would be considered trespassing if you were to step on your father's property from now on." Eric's lungs quivered.
"Exactly."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?